It has a lot to do with the sex trade, but not always. However, that's the part that we're going to focus on today. And not just the human trafficking part. See, here's the thing about prostitution. That's the part of the sex trade that most y'all pay attention to. A lot of those people are forced to do that. Some of them are, well, they're able to morally weasel their way out by saying, oh, we're not forcing them to have sex. They're addicted to drugs and they're having sex because they're addicts. Well, that don't make it any better. When it comes to a prostitute, you're paying for the time, just like you do with a therapist. The way I look at it, if I'm going to spend time with a prostitute, and I'm going to pay a prostitute for her time, I'm not going to do it for sex. I can do that in 30 seconds or less by myself, guaranteed. I don't need another person to get off. Now, human interaction, positive human interaction, like a conversation, that's worth paying for. This day and age, that is so rare. People just want to text each other nasty shit and take everything somebody else texts back at them as nasty shit. Oh, hell yes. It is getting to the point where, yeah, you probably do need to pay for a conversation if you don't have a person in your household to talk to. However, just because you're paying her for the time to listen to you instead of paying her for the time to have sex doesn't mean that she wants to be there. She wants that money, just like somebody who's a therapist. That therapist doesn't want to listen to you whine about your fucking bitchy little shit. That's not what that therapist wants to do. That therapist doesn't want to hear the crimes that were committed against you, because that puts extra work on their fucking table. Then, after they get done listening to you for the hour that they bill you for, they got to spend a whole nother 2 hours doing paperwork crap so that they can fulfill their obligations as a mandated reporter. And are they going to do that? No. You don't pay them enough to actually do their jobs. Well, at least with a prostitute, you know what you're paying for. At least with a prostitute, you're not expecting her to be a mandated reporter. At least with a prostitute, it's just bitching. And when you're done bitching, you can go the fuck home. You got it all out of your system, hopefully. And of course, you explained it to somebody who, well, probably by noon tomorrow is going to have completely forgotten about whatever the hell it is that you wanted to talk about. They're just going to remember you were some weirdo that wanted to talk instead of fuck. Well, there's also the fact that the sex trade isn't just women. Not even close. We got a lot of people who are thrown out on the streets due to quote-unquote mental illness that are gay. They're gay. That doesn't make them mentally ill. Is homosexuality in the DSM-5? No, it's not. Homosexuality is not in the DSM-5. So, it's not a mental illness. It's not a diagnosis. Now we get to see that there's a lot more female predators than we were selling the American public 2 decades ago. 2 decades ago, people were of the opinion that no woman could ever commit a crime, ever. Despite being thrown in our faces, multiple teachers that just, well, they couldn't stop having sex with little boys. We're talking about female teachers here. And to this day, that epidemic is still going on. It's not that it's any more prevalent now. Matter of fact, it might be less prevalent because now people are starting to look up. They're starting to do something about it. And we get to see them almost every week now, another teacher getting busted. How many of our educators are having sex with little kids? Quite a few. We've also got a lot of women who want to pull the, oh, well, you broke my heart, so I'm going to go spreading rumors about you thing. That is so twisted. And the fact that we've taught so many women in America to do that. That's not a women thing. It's a learned behavior. What behavior are your kids learning? They're probably learning to say one thing and do another, just like you. Your cowardice has made it worse, not only for you, but for your kids. And it's going to be worse for your grandkids because you taught your kids to be just as cowardly as you are. And they're going to teach their kids to be cowards. And they're going to teach their kids to be cowards. And on down the line. Thank goodness for people like me who have no kids and are not cowards. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.